So lately, Kurt, I have been playing a lot of Need for Speed Payback, and I realized that this game is really, really old. But there just aren't any good racers coming out to challenge it. So, like, this is just where I'm at.
Well, you do have The Crew 2, a new open world game from Ubisoft.
That's right. that came out. I didn't enjoy The Crew 1 very much. I felt like it was like The Crew 1 felt to me like the most like it was like the best 90s blatant ripoff of like the 2000s.
There's a lot to say about The Crew 2 and how it changed and what it did.
Well, they added like flying vehicles.
Oh
now,
yeah,
so
you can
that's
drive
new.
practically any vehicle, and that's definitely one of the strongest points. Is I wouldn't normally consider boat racing that much, nor expect it to be very interesting because boat games have never really had that kind of focus.
I mean, what was it? Jet Set Moto with the jet skis for PS1.
Jet Moto.
Jet Moto. That's what it was, not Jet Set Moto.
Well, those were like hovercraft, though.
No, they were just jet skis.
No, they were hovercraft. They were running on like floating islands and shit, and loop the loops and
they were doing some crazy stuff.
Yeah, that was not just that.
Bring back Jet Moto.
Please don't. Well, I don't know. Maybe it was pretty damn hard back.
The Moron Crew 2.
Alright, so The Crew 2, it had the original had a bad plot, and, you know, it had some structure issues, and, you know, some of the racing was really kind of annoying and painstaking, and most of it was the stuff they want to focus on, like, you know, the whole, you're the crew and you gotta rob these cars, so you gotta ram them. That was the worst part of The Crew. The main draw was the worst part, and the whole making a crew and forming a team to race and inviting people to come to your race when you drive around the map, the slow unlocking of the map, all that stuff. So The Crew 2 just says, alright, we've got some fixes for you. To start, we have the plot, and the plot is get a bunch of followers on social media. Thanks. That is exactly what they did in Forza Horizon 3. Wow. So they're doing the right thing here, though, because the plot was god-awful, and now they have a sort of their plot where you go to different areas to study different racing types, and even though there's 3 types of vehicles, you know, you got boats, cars, and planes, there's different styles to every single racing. Like, some of them are just flying a plane and doing stunts for style, while others are plane racing. So you have a bunch of different styles, but then they deliver that in a little bit of an ongoing plot line where each racing discipline has its ongoing story where you had to do so many races to defeat the champion of that race. But, so here's the plot in a nutshell. How do you do, fellow children?
What?
Have you ever seen...
Are we still playing The Crew, or is this a Mario game now?
Have you ever seen the SNL sketch, How Do You Do, Fellow Children?
No.
Steve, I'm just going to have to, like, put the picture up.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Oh, man.
Walking in with the backwards hat and the skateboard. This is how the game is actually like. Like, it is just so... I don't like the word
like
cringe.
It tries to like...
It is trying so hard to be hip. And it's like, it falls short by a mile. Like, I had to change the voice to just another language so I wouldn't have to hear as much cringe.
Wow. That's absurd.
But on the fun side, I did get to hear some stuff in Spanish instead, and then just learn Spanish while I'm playing The Crew.
There you go. Multitasking.
The entire map is unlocked from the very beginning.
Okay. Can you still travel all around the country?
Yes, and you can actually...
Does the country actually look like the country?
No,
I remember when I pulled
not.
up to Rhode Island, it did not have any Rhode Island landmarks at all.
It's the exact same map from the first game. but you have the whole thing unlocked and you can pretty much go anywhere at any time. And this is actually the good part. So the loading times to start the game takes a while. You gotta wait through a bunch of screens and stuff to finally get to racing. But once you're there, the loading is like almost instantaneous. Like if I am racing on one corner of the map and there's another official race on the other corner, I can either instant fast travel to that on the map, or I don't even have to use the map at all. I can just look through my menu, see what races are scheduled, and just go click on them, and I'll be right there at the race.
I like that.
And the loading is fast. And if you do go there on the map, this is the cool part. So the events now look a lot more like events. When you get to a location, a race, since it's more based on being, professional racing, you'll arrive at, an arena, you'll drive into the gates. And here's what it does for loading. There is no loading time. So you get to the race, the gates will open, you'll drive a bit slowly down, the corridor, and then the other gates will open and you'll drive and ride up to your starting position. As soon as you land right at the starting position, 3, 2, 1, go.
Clever.
That fast. There's no loading.
They masked loading time behind that.
And it's not even long either, too. Like you roll up, the gates open, you drive, they tell you about the race, and it's like just a few seconds. It's not that long. And then you get to the next gate, you ride up to your starting position, and that's it. You're going.
If you were to actually track how long that is, it's probably like 10 seconds, 10 to 15 seconds.
Yeah, no, it's still.
But they make it feel so short with what they did.
Yeah, they expedite. They really did amazing things with the loading time and the fact that the map is just a formality, and it's just a thing that you can do if you just feel like cruising, because you have all these races to do, and you can just pick them right off the menu again to go straight to them. Or if you just feel like driving around, you can do that too, because you still have what is clearly, I'm going to say it's the biggest map ever made for any racing game. It's gotta be.
It's gotta be. It's the whole map of America.
All right. So they did a lot of changes. They changed the formula. They made it like more about having fun and not about being an undercover cop trying to take down a vicious gang. It's like, just do cool races and get followers and
be hip.
Yeah. And that's fine.
Do the cars look better?
It's a better direction. The cars look better. There's better choice, though. The racing handling itself is still very, very on the arcade end of things, and very far into, unfortunately, the rubber banding kind of AI, the kind that'll wait for you if they're too far, but they'll seem to glue to you no matter what if you're in first place.
Yeah, I hate that shit. I hate that.
I'm spoiled, though, because really the only game that doesn't have that rubber banding are the Forza games. And The Crew 2, by all means, is making its first great choices by saying, hey, let's be more like Horizon a little bit. It looks, based on everything I played in that game, it seems that was literally the line of thinking. Yeah.
Which I don't see anything wrong with that. Let's be like the
most popular
thing out.
The current most popular racing game on the market is Forza Horizon. Like, people like motorsport, but Horizon is huge. And so yeah, I'm okay with that, because that's a good enough plot, even if it's annoying.
Yeah.
And then it's a pretty decent game. It's one of the better racing games I played in a while. Really, the only things dragging it down are the cringeworthy plot elements, and that the AI is a bit unfair.
In what sense?
Like I said, it's just the rubber banding. I can get ahead of guys, but I can't get too far. They just zip right back behind me. They seem to just come out of nowhere. I can blow them in my dust, and they'll still just show up again.
They still manage to be just close enough.
It's like as soon as a car is behind me, it will zip past in front of me, almost like it's just being pulled in front of me. And that I don't like one bit. They're trying to keep it interesting, but then they also turn it into a numbers game, because they added a loot system where, when you win races, loot will drop and you pick up the loot, and it's the classic blue, green, purple, orange rated loot system.
Oh,
and the loot is there's no loot boxes as far as I know. But you use all these upgrades to upgrade your car, and they don't really seem to physically make that much of a difference on your car, but somehow all of them make it slightly better. Basically, you don't have to really pay attention to what they do. You just look at the part and says, oh, that part is going to give me a higher number on my car. That part's going to give me a higher number on my car. And each race has a recommended level for the car you have when you bring it into race.
Yep.
And that's just basically what it came down to. I had a card that met the specs. It came in. I raced, and it was a little bit too hard. I went back, upgraded it with a whole bunch of parts. Didn't really feel that much of a difference with my car, but suddenly I was winning more because my car had a higher number on it. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure how they're doing that, but that is what's going on. But either way, I actually think this is an improvement to the original Crew, and I hope they keep it up. I'll keep playing this game. This is satisfying me with my need for a Forza Horizon game until 4 comes out, but
4 is coming out this fall, right?
Yeah, they can't just rest on their laurels anymore. Microsoft's getting a little bit too smug having the most popular racer, and one other company is kind of catching on to their success. And there's probably going to be another game in the future that will try to do this method now, to try this sort of fun festival kind of thing instead of trying to put in a serious story, because
but hey, what can you do? I do want to, like, I've been working on a little, I actually sent this over to Criterion years ago. I had sent them a concept for a Need for Speed game that was kind of like festival based, but in the sense where, like, the person hosting the festival is the best racer of all time, and he wants to secure that position, so he hosts this festival to continue beating people. But anytime that he feels like somebody has the potential of beating him, then he does some, like, real shady shit to stop them. But even then, I was writing that, and I was like, no, my reaction to somebody trying to kill me in a race would not be to race them again.
Yeah,
I don't get that. So there's that. But that's good. I feel like the Crew is going to be a successful game. But you know what? You know what all racing games are missing right now?
What are they missing?
Split screen. I should be able to sit in my living room on my couch with my friend and destroy him in a race.
Bring back split screen.
Bring back, like, split screen for racing games. That's what needs to come back.
We'll have to see what happens. I mean, Forza 4 is going to have the shared world and everything, and the Crew.
Yeah, but that requires my friend to go to his house.
Yeah.
Like, I want my friend to be at my house, or I want to be at my friend's house. Like, socializing again. We're doing way too much online socializing and not enough in-person socializing. And that's why I love Pokemon Go.
Hey, this is Chet from Hard Mode Gamers. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Click that like button, thumbs up, click that subscribe button. We appreciate anything you can offer, even if it's just a moment of your time. We have plenty more of this content available to you at our website at hardmodegamers.com or right here on YouTube. Check us out, and thank you.